Good morning, good morning, good morning. Well, actually, good afternoon, y'all. Good afternoon over here on the East Coast. Good evening wherever you're at in the world. Snapzilla Gorilla, aka The Definition, aka Freedom's March. Well, that's the channel name, not my name. Tyrant's Bane, Snapzilla Gorilla, The Definition. Coming at y'all with this quick live stream just to touch on this whole USCCA situation. Now, just for spoilers, well, you already see it in the title. I had to drop my USCCA membership because of the disturbing things that I was hearing over the past few months about it. And I wasn't sure about it until I did a little bit of research, and then other people started coming out saying that the USCCA is basically not shit. They're not going to say that. They can't say it, but the USCCA ain't shit. If you don't know what the USCCA is, it's the United States Concealed Carry Agency or Association. And basically what they do is they cover, allegedly, supposedly, they cover concealed carriers in the event they have to use their firearm in self-defense. Okay, if they have to use their firearm in self-defense or for any reason against another individual, and you have USCCA coverage, it's basically an insurance company. They basically, if you need like a lawyer or something like that, they are to pay for your lawyer, right? They pay for lawyer fees, they pay for all that stuff. Like, so you pay into this membership. I've been paying in the USCCA for, I want to say 10 years damn near. And you know, it's $35 a month. I think I had the gold or the platinum membership for years and years and years. I have used this membership. See, this is the problem with insurance companies that I have. You pay all this money into it, and if you don't need it and never use it, that money's just gone. You basically just gave away free money. I explain what would make more sense, but I'll do that again later. But Queen Mother Shakila, how you doing? Salute to you. And so they're supposed to cover you in the event you have to use a firearm for self-defense or whatever the case may be. And they're supposed to cover all 50 states. And as of late, they have been changing up their policies. They have been changing things up in order to not have to cover certain people. All right. Now, I will drop some links in the description so you guys can go check out these different events that occurred where people had to use their firearm in self-defense and the USCCA dropped them. And I will post that just so you guys can have a little more information. I just got to go in the studio and post the links. I think I can do that there. I don't have to wait until the video generates, but I just got to remember. Anyway, so they dropped them. Now, here are some crucial things about this that we should understand. Sister Cameron, Queen Sister Cameron, how you doing? I was talking about you earlier. I wish you were in that earlier live, because I was wondering what your thoughts were on people who choose to infantilize, I don't know which one's the right word, Gervonta Tonka Truck Davis, so that Gervonta Tonka Truck Davis does not have to be held accountable. So instead of holding Gervonta Tonka Truck Davis accountable, they choose to infantilize him and treat him as though he's a child and he doesn't know anything. Oh, well, poor little Tonka don't know nothing. He don't know what he's saying. He doesn't understand words, and he doesn't know how to speak. I would have loved to got your feedback on that. But anyway, so the USCCA changed some of its rules, changed some of its parameters, so that they could be able to easily drop the members. And one thing they added to the contract that is very disturbing and concerning is if you are involved in a situation where there is a violent act, an act of violence, then they can drop your coverage. They can drop you. Well, help me understand what other kind of act would it be if you're defending yourself against someone who is trying to commit violent acts towards you. If you use your firearm to defend yourself against an attacker, what other way than violent can you do that? So that's what they did. And so this allowed them to drop people. There was this one woman, I forgot her name. Like I said, that's why I'll drop the article, and I'll drop the, as a matter of fact, a couple of great channels that cover 2A. I'll drop that in there, and they will explain to you that this woman was covered for up to $50,000 in lawyer fees. $50,000. And they had not even gone through complete discovery yet. So they were still in discovery. There was no verdict. There was no nothing. Basically, this woman's husband attacked her in her car, opened the car door. She was dropping her kids off to him. And so he decided that he wanted to go rush her door, open her door, and go in and do whatever he was doing that caused her to shoot him. And he died. And so, of course, the prosecution, they want to persecute this woman. They don't want to prosecute her. They want to persecute her. Video footage clearly shows that this man entered into her domain, her vehicle, entered into her space, and tried to attack her or tried to do something. You can't see inside the car, so I'm not going to say he necessarily tried to attack her, but what is he trying to do? So she shot him. She leveled the playing field and used the best weapon she could to make sure that she had the best chance of survival. Because who knows what this man would have done. And so after $50,000 of coverage for her, the USCCA decides to drop her before there is even any discovery. They made the decision because there was a violent act involved. She committed a violent act using her firearm to kill somebody in defense. And that is the purpose of USCCA. In the event you have to violently defend yourself, they are supposed to cover you. Well, guess what? That is no longer what they choose to do. So this happened, not the exact same type of situation, but there were other individuals, other members of USCCA that had to use their coverage. They were dropped, you know, even though they were paying into this for months and months and months and years and years and years. And when it came time for it to be used, they said, nah, fuck off, homie. And that's what happened. And so the information came out. Certain YouTubers who were promoting USCCA, they were, after their contract was up, they were able to speak out. And, you know, there are multiple channels that are talking about this. And, you know, even before that, I dropped my coverage because I'm like, well, I heard about a couple of instances where they dropped their clients, dropped their members. And that is complete, total, underhanded bullshit. Underhanded. I didn't sign up for USCCA for their training. I did not do that. I did, you know. I actually thought about getting some instructor certifications through USCCA because, I mean, it's good to have. I mean, it's good credentials. People respect those credentials. But no, I'm no longer interested in doing. Here we go, guys. Black Bubba says, wannabe gangster bro is Mighty Mouse bashing you again on his Instagram. Am I intimidated by Mighty Mouse? No, I'm not intimidated by Mighty Mouse. Why would I be intimidated by him? What's good, bro? How was the pool? Did you wear Dead Mike ever the troll? Yes, 22 Ronin, a scam. That's the only way I can make sense of it. I am back, Black Spring, Autumn Queen, Black Spring. I am back. I'm sipping on purple drink. What are you talking about? Something wrong with you, Dead Mike. Did you in No Life, No Gimmick back down from Mighty Mouse? I did not go to Arizona. I despise Arizona. I hate Arizona. There was no reason for me to go to Arizona. If I were to go to Arizona to seek out Mighty Mouse, Minor Mouse, he would not know I was there. I'm gonna just leave it like that. He would not know I was there, And yeah. And if I teamed up with no gimmicks to confront Minor Mouse in Arizona, let's just say there's a lot of desert in Arizona where things can get lost. There would be no meetup. Minor Mouse would not know I was there if I showed up to Arizona to do anything with Minor Mouse. Why are y'all in here talking about Minor Mouse? Where are y'all coming from? Exactly, NPR. Don't worry about it. Mighty Mouse is a PDF file, right? Who pled guilty to graping a 14-year-old and lied about it to the whole YouTube world. And then when he got found out, he got upset and started threatening people. Anyway, he used to do gloves down, gloves up, guns down, which was admirable. But yeah, he's a piece of shit. Bottom line to it. Instead of acting in attrition about what he did, he continued to lie and try to bash people for calling him out for being a PDF file. So I was one of those people. There's quite a bit of history between me and Minor Mouse. When I thought he was solid, I set up an interview between him and Babu, who is from A-Tray Gangsta Crip in Los Angeles. I was able to get him access to an OG in the Crip gangs because I thought he was solid. You know, we were going to try to do some gloves up, guns down things going between the LA gangs, and which is a feat in and of itself. Like that would be damn near impossible, and a damn near impossible feat, but everything's possible. So I was like, well, maybe we can organize some shit, blah, blah, blah. Anyway, that's a whole long story. The bottom line is, yes, only if Ryan Garcia signs up for 24/7, 365 VADA testing. That's the only way it's going to happen. That's the only way. If he doesn't do that, he's not going to fight Devin Haney. 22 Ronin was good. Mouse said he was in Los Angeles in the gang. Minor Mouse didn't go near no goddamn gangs. Minor Mouse is full of shit. Minor Mouse, listen, when he asked me if I can get him access to some gangs, which it wasn't just going to be A-Tray Gangsta Trip. It was going to be Inglewood Family. It was going to be Crenshaw Mafia. It was going to be Black P Stone. It was going to be the 20s. It was going to be maybe perhaps Rolling 60s. There's no way he was going to be able to talk to anybody from any of those hoods without going through somebody like myself or somebody closer to those gangs. I have about 3 degrees of separation from those individuals. I got some cousins who were shot callers for Inglewood Family and Crenshaw Mafia and all that shit. And yeah, it just would have been easy for me to set something up, because those individuals that I'm talking about, my cousins, they are actually trying to work with gang intervention programs to stop gang violence in Los Angeles. So they are motivated to do that. And something like a guns down, gloves up movement would have been a great addition, to that. Nonetheless, there's no way Minor Mouse went anywhere near any gangs for real and act like he wasn't gonna get touched. Because that motherfucker, he told me he was afraid to go near. He said he drove to one of the projects in Watts and drove near the entrance, spun his ass around and drove away, because he knew that he probably wasn't gonna make it if he actually tried to get out and start doing. No, that mother with them tattoos, and he a white boy. No, they would have ate his ass alive. No level of wrestling, no level of MMA would have saved his ass. He's full of shit. Point blank in the period. And that's all I gotta say about that. Anyway, Minor Mouse, the USCCA, personally for me, I'm not rocking with them no more. So I am looking into attorneys on retainer. They are actually, they're not I'm not sponsored by them, by the way. I don't even have a membership with them yet. But I am going to be talking to them about getting some coverage. And it's not really coverage, right? It's attorneys on retainer that will help you in any situation. So even if there is a criminal act involved where they try to say you were a criminal, which is why they're charging you, because they said you were committing a criminal act, even if you commit self-defense. If you're arrested for killing somebody in self-defense, they're trying to say that you're a criminal. And the USCCA also has language in there that says if you are charged with a criminal act, you're not eligible for. Well, what the fuck is the point of the coverage? Anyway, attorneys on retainer don't give a hot fuck. If you had a criminal, they don't care what the criminal charge is, they will defend you. So they say. So I'm looking into that, because, you know, it's a good idea to have something going on. So I'm just, you know, I thought I'd put my little 2 cents out there, because I was a USCCA member. No longer am I. And actually, USCCA also has the type of member as a veteran. So anyway, I gotta get out of here. I thought I'd touch on that. But later on today, if I have time, I will be. Got to turn my watch. I will be going into some shit that has to do with that believes that is riding with tank. Oh, my bad. Riding with Tonka truck about basically loyalty over money, which is it's such. It was such bullshit. It was just dripping with so much bullshit. I could not contain myself. I was like, no, only this man can do this. Anyway, I'll holler at y'all later. Much love, like, share, subscribe.